Hey everyone, it's Ethan or Miss back again for another video today, and welcome back to our Minnesota Wild franchise mode and what could quite possibly be the last episode of this series. So, well, let's get into it. Obviously, you can see here we have Connor McDavid on the team, which of course is awesome. Yeah, he's actually playing on the wing with Cole Sillinger and Edgar McNeil, who's turned out to be a very, very solid signing, putting up 48 goals the past two seasons. And of course, the last team he played with before us was the Calgary Flames, who we are going up against this season in round number one. Then we've got Damian Mendoza, Marco Rossi, and Elias Anderson on the second line. Then Dmitry Zavigorodny, Zachary Bolduc, and Kimmo Koskinen. Then we've got Ferguson, Timander, and Fiala on the bottom line. Top pairing is Sergachev and Bobkov. Our second pairing is Addison and DeGeyser. And our third pair is Cairns and Soderstrom. Goaltending is Preston Anderson back up to an 85, looking to hopefully excel in the postseason this year. He didn't do too bad last season, but I would definitely like to see better. So let's see if we can get him into a positive record. Backing him up is Gaspard Paredes, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, guys, let's quickly go and take a look at what this Calgary Flames team looks like, and then we will start the simulation. So let's see, the Calgary Flames look pretty damn good. So Jean Poulin, who of course is a monster. We've seen him a couple of times, I think. I know he won the Calder, and he's been pretty good so far to start off his career. Not bad at all. So he's playing with Vasily Ponomarov and Evan Salvador, and on the second line, Luke Boydchuk with Justin Robidas, and then Rich Cummins and Matthew Tkachuk down to an 81 with Isaac Lundestrom and Travis Konechny. Then Keith Martinuk with Alexei Sorella and Doug O'Mara. And wow, Julian Goalie, a very, very good defenseman. Very good defensive defenseman. Wow. Jesus. Playing on the top line with, or top pairing with Moritz Seider. And then Jordan Spence, fellow Monktonian. He's actually from PEI, but it's fine. Jordan Spence playing with Oliver Shillington. And then Maxime Mathieu playing with Jaden Corrado. So, an interesting team. And then a very good goaltending tandem of Damien Aguasin? Aguasin? I don't really know how that name is pronounced. And Lucas Dostal backing him up. So, a very interesting team. They're very top-heavy. They have one phenomenal forward and one phenomenal defenseman. And then a pretty solid supporting cast up front. Supporting cast defensively is alright, and then they obviously have a very good goaltending tandem, so pretty interesting team in Calgary. So let's see how we stack up against them. Of course, we will have home ice advantage through some of the playoffs, probably not a lot. We're giving up a power play very early into the series, but let's go, guys. Period number one of game number one in potentially the last episode, but Rossi, Anderson, and McNeil do not want it to be the last episode. A very good start, outscoring Calgary 3-1 after one. We only had 10 shots. That's a very good start. Second period now, and it is 3-2, so it is an even game. Basically, we only got 4 shots that period. We got heavily outshot. Calgary now up to 31 shots as we head into the third, and they're only down by 1 now, so power play early for Calgary. They weren't able to capitalize, thankfully. But Vasily Ponomarev gets a tying goal not too long after that power play anyways. And Travis Konechny, just a couple of minutes after that, gives Calgary the lead. And that is 3 unanswered goals and a power play to end off the game. And unfortunately, we end up throwing away what was probably a free win for us. So not a great start to this series by any means. Yeah, that was bad. That was not good at all. So, yeah, let's move on to game number 2. Unfortunately, like I said, we ended up giving 3 straight goals up, which was not good at all. So, let's go. First period of game number 2. O'Mara gets his first of the postseason. Period number 2, Boychuk gets, I think, his first of the postseason, and now we're getting outshot 26-17, and we're in a rough spot heading into the third period here. Getting outshot heavily. We're getting outscored. Jordan Spence gets on the board. All right, Ferguson brings us within 2 goals. We have a power play chance. Unable to capitalize, though. 10 minutes to go in the frame, and O'Mara gets his second of the series to give Calgary the 3-goal lead. Matthew Tkachuk makes it 5-1, and I think that's the game. Yep. Shot 35-29 in Aguasin with 28 saves, and we just got pounded on in that game. We're now down 2-0 very early on in this series. A 9-4 start, which is not good at all. So, yeah. We're now heading to Calgary, so we need to win at least one game here. Let's go, guys. Period number 1 of game number 3. All right, good start. Tymander, and get the goals. All right, so 2-0 to start off this game. Second period, it's 3-0. McNeil gets his second of the postseason. We're actually out shooting them as well, which is nice, but slow sim the third. Let's see what happens. Koskinen on the power play gives us a 4-goal lead, which ultimately should be enough to close out the gap, but you never know. Bolduc gets his first postseason goal with Minnesota, and that should be the game. Poulin ends up ruining the shutout, but we just completely flip the script and we win 5-1. So that is very, very good, and it brings us into a much better position than where we were. So we at least have a win on the board now. And we sim to game number 4. I've yet to see McDavid on the score sheet. Sillinger as well. So let's see if we can maybe get them going here in this game. Period number 1 of game 4. And Ponomarev gets, I think, third of the postseason. So he's starting off very well. 1-0 for Calgary after 1. That's a real life killer as well. Very late in the period. Second period now, and it is 3-2. Okay, so Koskinen, McDavid, and Sergachev get our goals. So it's good to see Sergachev and McDavid on the score sheet. That's the first time we've seen them, both of them. So that's good. And then Konechny gets another goal for Calgary. So it's 3-2 as we head into the third. We are out shooting them, actually. Sorry, 22-17. Make it 18 now, but we're in a good position, and Mendoza gives us an even better position, and McNeil gives us an even better position, and Koskinen makes it even better. It is 6-2 now, and we have just exploded this period. Bolduc makes it 7-2, and in quick succession, we scored 4 goals in about 6 minutes. Of course, you see Lucas Dostal in net now, but 7-2 pounding over the Calgary Flames. Bolduc with 3 points, Koskinen with 2 goals, and Sergachev with a goal and 3 hits. So, not a bad game. Way to redeem ourselves. So far, home ice has meant absolutely nothing, which is hilarious. But let's go. A 2-2 series. I think we're the only 2-2 series, actually, throughout the entire league. I'm pretty sure everyone was 3-1. So let's go. Period number 1 of game number 5, and we go down early, but Mendoza, McDavid, wow, now that is a life killer. 26 seconds left, that hurts, but then a goal 11 seconds later, with 15 seconds to go in the period, that hurts, man. That really hurts. So McDavid and Mendoza coming in huge there, making it 2-1 for us. We shouldn't have the lead. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, second period, we're up 4-1. Bolduc and Bobkov get the goals, and we're in a very good position right now. Thankfully, we are rallying behind the fans. Ferguson makes it 5-1, and let's go, guys. That should be the game done and dusted. Timander, right after the power play expires, gets a goal. We kill off a Calgary power play. Ponomarev makes it 6-2. But yeah, we oh wait, Wait, I was simming the second period? I thought that was... Wait, no, that was the third period. Why did I have to click A twice to end the sim? That was weird. Okay. 36 save from Preston Anderson. That's a very good game. With a goal and an assist. And Balduke is doing very well for us so far. Third line, man. Pretty damn solid. And now we have completely taken over this series, and it is 3-2. Let's see if we can end it out here, if we will be going to Game 7. Period number 1 of Game 6. We have an early power play, and we were unable to capitalize on it, and Boychuk and Sider score 6 seconds apart from each other. That is in quick succession. But Elias Anderson gives us some life with 48 seconds to go in the period, giving us a 1-goal game, and we're actually out shooting them as well. So actually not that bad of a period. Second period now, and it is 3. Still in favor of Calgary. Salvador makes it, was that 3-1? Then Ferguson makes it 3-2. Then Martinique makes it 4-2. Then Mendoza makes it 4-3. We are pounding them in the shots. Mendoza scored from behind the net. What a legend. Let's go, guys. Third period. Do we still have some life left in the tank? A power play. Another power play. And thank you, Koskinen on the power play. Gets a goal from behind the net again. And it is 4-4. Man, if I was a Calgary fan, I'd be furious getting 2 goals scored against you from the behind the net. That sucks. Less than a minute to go, and we're going to overtime for the first time in this series. This is a franchise-altering first period, or overtime, sorry. And Connor McDavid, the deadline acquisition, actually sends us to the second round. That is a huge goal, and that was a huge series. I don't know what happened there after Game 2, but Minnesota was like, nah, we ain't losing anymore. So we win 4 straight games. Second round. It will be against Chicago. So of course you guys a few episodes because my recording just messed up, but obviously we have a chance at redemption here to play Chicago, so that's very intriguing. Excited to see how that goes. So let's quickly go and take a look at what the point totals look like so far. So 6. Wow. Okay, we've got, I think, 6 point per game players right now. Koskinen, McDavid, Bolduc, Anderson, Zavigorodny, and Addison, all point per game. Marco Rossi with 5. Mendoza, McNeil, Timander, Sillinger, all with 4. Ferguson, Sergachev, Bobkov, Fiala with 3. Soderstrom, Cairns with 2, and DeKaiser with 1. Very solid start. And Preston Anderson, not the greatest stats by any means, but we're positive at least, right? So that's what matters. Let's quickly go and take a look at Calgary. Aguazant did struggle. 26 goals, obviously, in those 6 games. Ponomarev, I figured it was Ponomarev that did the best. Yeah, him and Boychuk. Robida as well did pretty well, but very disappointing out of Poulin. Only 3 points in that series. If I was Calgary, I would be mad. And who was their good defenseman? It was goalie, right? Julian Goalie. I know he's a defensive defenseman, but you just got to turn it on in the postseason, man. Believe me, I know. I have that same issue. So, like I said, guys, we're going to the second round, and we get to face the team that actually got rid of us last season. So let's see if we can maybe get some redemption this time around. Their team has changed a little bit, I believe, and some overall changes as well. So Christian Vesalainen, Dylan Strome, and Alex DeBrincat makes up the top line. DeBrincat was an 87, I believe, when we played them last year. Aiden Triff playing on the third line. But Nikolai Voloshenko, Israel Conley, and Sebastian Knudsen. So Knudsen was not that good. So he's much better this season. Then Yves Cormier, Tony Keeler, and Aiden Triff. So Keeler and Cormier are new. Mackenzie Entwistle, Isaac Ratcliffe is new, and Lucas Furchner, not sure. Lane Roberts and Adam Fox, Adam Boqvist, and Kyle Adamski, who is new. Trenton Wilcox, who was new, and Cale Clegg, who was new. And the goaltending Mari Park and Nathaniel Mellenby. So they don't actually have a quote NHL starter this season. Mari Park looked to have struggled in the regular season and looks to be struggling in the postseason as well. So we'll see if we can take advantage of that. But yeah, honestly, I think the Chicago team is worse this time around than they were last season, and I think we're better. So if that means anything, hopefully leads us to another win and leads us to the Western Conference Finals. So let's go, guys. Period number 1 of round number 2, 0-0. We're getting outshot 8-6, but at least it's a tie game. Second period, and there we go. McNeil gets the first goal of the series, and that's a power play goal as well. And we're still getting outshot, so not too bad. But yeah, very glad we get the lead there. Let's slow sim the third. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, maybe we can add to this, but not looking too great for us so far. Play for Chicago and Voloshenko on the power play, and then they had another power play, and Israel Conley gets another power play goal. They have another power play, and it kind of looks that we're going to throw this one away as well. So it happened in Game 1 of the Calgary series, which was not fun, and it happened here again in Game 1 against Chicago. So we definitely got to stop throwing away. All right, guys, let's sim to game number 2. We've got a battle of California, Jesus, in the Western Conference semifinals alongside us. But let's go, guys. Period number 1 of game number 2 in round 2. Well, that's bad. In about 5 minutes, Knutson, Voloshenko, and Knutson score goals, and Anderson was gone. And Paradis is now in. The shots are 6-6, which means I'm guessing each goalie of ours have only made 1 save. Yikes. 5-1 after 2. Mendoza gives us some life, but Vesalainen just shuts that right down, and we're down by 4 here in the third. We'd have to have a miracle run, but both teams exchanging in power play goals, and it is not looking good. I'm just going to chalk this one up to being done a 6-2 loss, and for the second time this postseason, we have gone down 2-0 in the series, which is not good. Yeah, not good at all. So, jeez, not good. We are now in the same position we were in the first round, but will it go the same way? I do not know. So, let's see what happens here. In Chicago now, we get the first goal. So, McDavid on the power play, very far shot. We have over double the amount of shots they have. A great start to the game. Second period now, and it is 4-0. Cairns, Rossi, and Anderson with the goals. And we are in a very good position heading into the third, outshooting them 26-19 as well. We almost have 30 shots. A 5-on-3 power play, which we're able to kill off. That is fantastic. Don't give them any life. Soderstrom gets his first of the postseason. Leave to make it 5-0, but very shortly after that, only 13 seconds after that, Conley scores a goal to ruin the shutout, but still a great redeeming game from Preston Anderson. Obviously, he struggled in the first period of the last game, but he definitely claps back with a much better game there. And Cairns and Ross are second and third stars there, so not bad. Elias Anderson now above a point per game. Beast. So we're on the board here, guys. So far, this is eerily similar to the Chicago series of last season. We went down 2-0. We managed to make it 2-1, but let's see what happens. Koskinen, and Cairns with the goal, with the goals in this period, and we're out shooting them 10-9. That is a banger of a first. Let's go. Second period now. It is 7-0. Sergachev, Koskinen, Fiala, and Anderson. They're keeping Park in it, so we're out shooting them 24-17. We are scoring on almost a third of our shots right now, which is very bad. We are scoring on about a third of our shots still. We have 8 goals, make it 9. Jesus, Dylan Strome ruins the shutout. I think that's the first time we've actually seen him. But Knutson makes it a 9-2 game. That honestly sucks that they scored goals. Would have been sick to have a 9-0 shutout, but 5 points from Koskinen, 4 points from Bolduc and Cairns with another goal and an assist in that game. And jeez, holy, that was a smacking. In the last 2 games, we've outscored them 14-3. Can we continue that dominance? I really hope so. Back in Minnesota now. Let's see what we can do. First period, nothing. 13-10 are the shots in favor of Chicago. Second period now, and it is 1-0 for Chicago. DeBrincat gets his first goal of the series, I think. And we are getting heavily outshot as well right now. We really need to muster something up here because we are in a rough spot and definitely don't want to go down 3-2 against this team. Looking like it might happen, though. A shorthanded goal from Adam Fox. Yeesh. Cormier and Fox get third period goals, and we kind of got smacked around that game. Just completely outplayed by the looks of it. A 31 save shutout for Park gives Chicago a 3-2 series lead. And again, our backs are against the wall. Very short series around, except for our series. We've had very close series this entire time so far, but a 4-0 sweep from LA, a 4-0 sweep from Columbus, and a 4-1 victory from Buffalo. So will we be able to force a Game 7, or is this the last game of this series? Let's go. First period, 1-0 for Dylan Strome and the Chicago Blackhawks. It is 14-9. Or we have 14 shots to their 9, I should say, I guess. Not good. Not good at all. Second period now. Alex DeBrincat. And 2-0 as we head into the third. And Park here, the Chicago goaltender, has gone a minimum of 5 straight periods without letting up a goal. We are in a very, very tough spot right now, and Voloshenko makes it 3-0 again. Jesus, man, this is very bad. Coming down the last half of the period, I'm gonna slow the sim down a bit. Are we able to push this game into overtime? Alex DeBrincat is not making sure that happens. We get a goal, okay, so we've got time, 6 minutes to go. Not much time, but we do have time. Can we bolster up a comeback here? We ruin the shutout. Let's feed off that momentum. Let's get some goals here. We've got 4.5 minutes to score 3 goals. That is plenty of time. Although we're running out of time. No one's getting any shots right now either. We really need to get some shots. A power play for Chicago. Who just gave up a penalty? Who was that? Ferguson, my guy. Not the time. And Chicago is our arch nemesis. Dylan Strome decided to wake up the last 2 games of that series and honestly becomes a point per game player that series just because of the last 2 games. And unfortunately, guys, we will not be able to end this series on a high note. We lose in the second round for what seems to be the millionth time, even though we didn't really make the playoffs that much. But unfortunate, guys. So here it is. This is the final stats of this season. Elias Anderson with 12 points in 12 games. Koskinen and Rossi with 11 and 12. Bolduc with 10 and 12. McDavid and Addison with 9 and 12. Zavigarodny with 8 and 12. McNeil, Mendoza, Sergachev with 7 and 12. Cairns with 6. He did very well. Timander with 5. Soderstrom with 5. Sillinger as well. Cole Sillinger struggled this postseason. That is not good at all. Fiala with 4. Bobkov with 4. Ferguson with 3. DeKaiser with only 2. So I want to see what is DeKaiser's discipline. Only a 78. Well, that sucks. That really sucks, guys. Let's go check the goaltending. Preston Anderson struggled, not gonna lie. Paradis didn't really do any better, but yeah, Preston Anderson was somewhat disappointing. And well, I mean that's gonna be the end of this series here, guys. So let's just sim to the awards. I just want to see what the awards are gonna look like this season. We're not gonna be getting any, I don't think, but you never know. LA has won the Stanley Cup, and the Stockton Heat has won the AHL Cup. So let's see the awards this season. Stanley Cup to LA, of course, for the first time in almost 20 years. That's crazy. And the Presidents goes to Buffalo, Clarence to LA, and Buffalo. So the two best teams, arguably, played in the finals. Elias Pettersson, obviously, coming off that monster season, was a beast. He won the Hart and the Art Ross. Ryan Merkley won the Norris. Lady Byng went to Pettersson. Pollock won the Calder. Marner of the LA Kings wins the Conn Smythe. Samsonov wins the Vezina. Samsonov wins the William M. Jennings. Couture wins the Bill Masterton. Rome wins the Jack Adams. Pettersson wins the Selke as well, and the Ted Lindsay. And his teammate, Ference, wins the Maurice Richard. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 player awards goes to the Vancouver Canucks, and 5 of them to Elias Pettersson. So, guys, that will be the end of this series. I had mentioned it in the end of the Moncton series, but I'm thinking that there will be one more video to the series, kind of doing a bit of a Hall of Fame of the players from the teams here. So, yeah, let me know how you guys felt about the series. We do have more NHL coming out probably later this week. If you guys have any suggestions of what you want to see, let me know. We're going to do some more franchise. I have one team in mind, but I'd like to do 2 series. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I will see you guys in